Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel of Hania. So welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the lecture. So today once again I am back with you with another lecture of science. As you know, we stopped on importance of plants. We were there, and today I decided to make you know about matter, what is matter and its component, its different various types of matters. So we will learn about that today. So previously, if you have not watched my videos, please watch them, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you get the notification of my all videos. So now getting started. Like today once again I'm here with you for with another lecture with of my choice. So if you have any question about any lecture by your own side, so you can message me on my any of my videos. You can comment me there of English to maths, and I will go through that and I will make a video on that. So let's start our today's lecture. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma in Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an wa rizqan tayyiban wa amalan mutakabbalan. Oh Allah, I ask you for the knowledge which is beneficial and which is good, and deeds which are acceptable. So let's start. So how many different types of things are present around you? Like we see different type of things present around us. There are different type of objects that are present around us, different type of places, animals, things, categories that are present around us, objects that are present around us. Okay, so like that are basically the things that are present around us. So you can see pencil, notebooks, razors, books, chairs, tables, mobiles, laptops, doors, even though beds, even though you can say that tabs, even though TV, you can say any, you can take any such thing that's present around you, your bag. These all things are basically present around you. Anything is like a teacher is present around you, children, pen, razor, sharpener, flowers, desk, chair, you can say birds, pencil, books, trees, plants, water is present around you, vegetables, fruits, dishes, you can say even though plates, spoons, forks, you can say even though cutters, scissors. These all things are basically present around you. So these all the things which from which you are surrounded. But that this basically means all the things which from which you are surrounded are basically the things that are present around you. Now let me tell you how does matter concerns with them. All the things that are made up of, all these things are made up of matter. You would be thinking, what is a matter? Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Occupy space means volumes. Anything that has mass and also volume. Mass basically means weight. Okay, we use mass for weight. Okay, you would have seen mass. We learned about mass and volume in our classes in maths basically. So mass means weight type of things, and space occupies means how much space they take. That is basically the volume that they occupy. They both make and combine a matter. So anything that also has a mass but also a volume, that are called a matter. And anything that we see around us, all the objects that are present around us are made up of matter. Matter, now basically we see matter in our life in three type of states. What are the states of matter? Solids, liquids and gases. So we will learn what are the states of matter and how they are useful for matter in our other slides. So in how many states that matter exist? Yeah, exactly. Matter exists in three types of states, that are solids, liquids and gas. This is a solid, this is a liquid and this is a gas. Now let me tell you what is basically matter, what is the state of matter, why these three are called the state of matter, how is the formation, okay, and how the exchange of gases happens in them. So first of all, very important thing is that you should know what is a matter. Basically all the objects that are present around you are matter. Now if that's not clear to you that what is a matter, you can't go through that topic. So first of all, matter, you must put this thing in your mind very very attentively listen that matter, anything which has mass means weight, heavy, light in mass. Okay, that's basically anything that has mass and occupy space. Occupy space basically means volume, is called a matter. One definition can be anything which has mass and volume is called a matter. Anything which has mass and occupy space is called a matter. Anything which has weight and occupy space is called a matter. That is also these three types of definitions you can use. In all three types of definition you are describing matter. Okay, things that occupy space and have weight is called mass or called matter. So basically again here anything that occupies space, that means have volume, and have mass, that means mass, that is called a matter. Here if you look, first of all I'm having here kettle, wood, stone, joystick, car, then river, coffee, bucket, glass, then I'm having here gas pump, what is this, cylinder, gas drum, fire. These all things are the things that we see around, and they also have occupy space and they also have their weight. Okay, so what is a mass? Measurement of mass. Mass tells us how heavy or light an object is. So basically what does mass means? Mass means how heavy or light an object is. If I say you a normal tennis ball or a football, so what is the mass, or who is greater in mass? So I will say the football is greater in its mass because it is heavy. It is heavy, whereas the tennis ball is light. If I compare a watermelon with an apple, so I will say that the watermelon is heavier in mass than the apple. Then we take many examples to that. So compare the masses of the object. So first of all I'm having these two objects. This is some sort of, you can say, a bird's feather, like that sort of, and here then I'm having a brick. So here this is so light, so this would be light. I will say the mass of brick is heavier than the feather of a bird. Okay, or the feather of the bird is lighter in the mass than the brick. So this is the way I can compare. Circle the heavier animals. So here I'm having like a, which one has more mass. I have to go through that. I have to look which one has more mass. So here I'm having a cow and then a goat. So of course a goat, the object which lay down that always have a more that has a heavier. This is whenever we put that in a boat where float and sing, that one type of where we used to in Eid we used to cargo the meat and check the weight of the meat, that sort of. So basically here cow, it's floating, that means it's the heavier animal. Like here again a horse, and I don't know what is this, like it's a cow, small cow sort of thing, but it's horse that is heavier. And here elephant and a hen. So of course animal is elephant is sinking, so that's why an elephant is a heavier one. Okay, it's a error, that light animal. Here light animal is this, but it's a heavy one. Okay, what is volume? The space occupied by an object is called a volume, that I'm telling you in the start. So the space that is occupied by an object is called a volume. Basically I take a container, one small container, one big container. In first container, bigger container, I put a water. I saw that filled water is less, but I take the same amount of water and put in the second container, exactly same, but it's filling its space because the container, they occupy their own space. The space they're having, they will cover all the water throughout that space. So basically this is this thing, that the smaller cup has less volume, the more cup has more volume. If I take a big bag and I put my notebooks, it will occupy more space and more notebooks I can put, but whereas in less bag I have to carry some notebooks in my hand also. So this is basically what volume means. It means the space occupied by an object. Okay, so here volume basically means space occupied. Here you see I say take the same container. Now here they are both taking the same space because the same container, they will occupy the same space. Amount of space an object takes up. Look here, basically volume matters. If I take a shorter one, what will happen? My water will take more space, but if I take a bigger one, my water will take less space. Space occupied by like now let's remember all. Space occupied by matter is called volume. Which one of the following has more volume? So basically, pencil has less volume. It don't takes more space. Car has less volume, whereas book has more volume, and a truck has ultra more volume. Estimating volume. Circle the object that holds more than the other in each pair. So here I'm having. Like where we put salt, and it's a salt pack. It's a salt packet holds more space, okay. And then I'm having a proper can of a cold drink and a bottle of cold drink. So bottle of cold drink holds more space. Then I'm having a tissue paper or proper box, so that box holds more space. Then I'm having a milk box or a milk in the cup, so basically milk box will occupy more space. Then I'm having a proper tub of taking a shower, or I have a pool, so pool will occupy more space. Then I'm having a normal truck or a bigger one, cargo type of truck, so the cargo type of truck will occupy more space. Then I'm having a normal, you know what, bucket that we use for to water the plants, or normal sort of bucket. So and the one we used to basically we used to give the water to the plants, that will occupy more space. Then the normal spoon, or basically I can say a big container. So big container will contain more space, of course. Normal school bag or traveling bag. So a traveling bag will occupy more space, of course. Then a bucket or a tub. A tub will occupy more space. So a pool or a pitcher pool. The pitcher pool will occupy more space because it's in sea. Ice cream on a ice cream bucket. A ice cream bucket will occupy more space. Okay. So basically, unit 4 things around us. Define matter. So anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Example of matter: book, pencil, water, juice, air in balloon. And then volume. Space occupied by an object is called its volume. Drawing, basically you see examples of matter, like any 3. These all are examples of matter. What are solids? How will you identify anything that is solid or liquid by its properties? Of course, we will look at something, we will learn its properties. If we find the properties in other object also, same properties, our requirement is fulfilled. So of course, that would be the given thing. So what are the properties of solids? Can you tell me 3 of the properties of solids? So let me tell you the very first property of solid without looking anywhere. So first of all, here it's also mentioned structure of solids. So particles of solids are tightly packed together. If you see a ice cube, its particles are tightly packed together to make an ice cube. When it was melting, it becomes a liquid. That was the particles have little bit size to move. Then if I put in a butter, it comes in form of stream, that is a gas. So basically I am trying to tell you this, that the particles of solids are very tightly tightly packed. They cannot move, and they cannot go even though they are not free to move basically. And basically they cannot be compressed. Compressed basically means we cannot itch them, or we cannot you can like that sort of, I hope you understand. They cannot be compressed, they cannot flow, okay, and they are tightly packed together. So these were the 3 properties that I know. But is a solid is a state of matter which gives a fixed shape and volume. Like its shape and volume is fixed, we cannot change them. If a solid is there, so it has a definite shape and a definite volume. Particles are close packed, so they can vibrate but not flow. Okay, it's measured, they cannot flow but they can vibrate. Solids are rigid, they cannot be compressed easily, so we cannot compress basically the solids easily. A solid has its own shape, so they have their own shape. A solid does not change unless you cut, bend or break it. So unless we don't cut, bend or break it, it does not change its shapes. Until we don't touch it, it does not change its shape. Solids take up space and have mass. So they also take up space, that means they also have volume and they also have a mass. That means dark matter. Evidence of for different spacing of particles in solid, liquid, and gases. The particles in a gas are far apart, like they are very they are not closer at all, they are so far apart. When we squeeze a balloon, we are actually pushing the particle closer together. In like balloon is basically a gaseous particle because we fill air in it. The spaces between the particles of a solid are too small. They are not having any space, I can say. We cannot push the particle closer to one another. Hence, we cannot press the solid. This is basically pressing. A solid cannot be pressed, whereas a liquid can easily be pressed. And let's revise the properties of a solid. And I will give you a very good example of solid and liquid gases at the end. So properties of solid have a definite shape and a definite volume because the particles are locked into space. Solid are not easily compressible because there is a little free space between the particles. Solids do not flow easily because the particles cannot move or slide past one another. State of matter, so it is solid or liquid, you have to guess. So this is solid, this is liquid, this is solid, this is gas, this is gas, this is liquid, this is solid, this is a gas, and this is a liquid. It's very easy to guess solid, liquid, gases. So things around us, any five properties of solid. Properties of solid: solid have a definite shape, solid have a definite volume, solid do not flow, particles are closely packed in solid, and solid cannot be compressed easily. Then drawing any true drawings of solid like computer, car, book, and cup, these are all the examples of solid. What is a matter? Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Again, the different states of matter are due to the different arrangement of particles. It matters in arrangement. In solid, the particles are tightly packed together. In liquid, they have little bit space to slide on each other, and in gas, they are very free to move. What are the properties of liquid? Can you tell in three properties of liquid? So I can tell you in three properties of liquid by myself, that the liquid particles are in form of they can flow easily. The liquid particles can flow easily. We cannot compress basically liquid particles. They are not compressible. And then liquid particles don't have a definite volume, or you can say, or a definite shape. It depends on the container. In which container we put, they will occupy the space of that, and they will have a they have little bit space to move, like they can just slide on one another. I told you forward. So liquid, so take the shape of the part of the container they are in, like particles can move or slide past one another, like I said. Okay, that one I said, they take the shape of the container. Okay, they cannot be compressed easily. Why? Because there is little bit place between the particles, and they can flow easily, that I said, because they can move or slide past one another. Liquids do not have a fixed shape. They take the shape of the container if they are put, and liquids have a fixed volume, that I said again. Shape and volume, so they have same shape, same volume, but different shape. You see 50 ml takes 3 containers of same volume, but what happened? I put the thing in I put the oil in the container, but now what is happening? They take the shape of the container, they make the amount of the container basically. Okay, so it depends on the shape. Liquids they have fixed volume but not fixed shape. Okay, liquids have definite volume. Definite volume means that a container makes no difference whatsoever. If 5 liter of liquid water is put into a 10 liter container, the liquid would occupy 5 liter of the container, and other 5 liter would be empty. Of course, if I have a 5 liter of a liquid water, but I take a container of 10 liter, like it's a 5 liter water I'm having, but this container is 10 liter. Imagine it. I would have to put the water in the container of 10 liters. Of course, I will put 5 liter water, other half would get empty. That means they have a definite volume. They cannot be more in quantity. Liquids cannot be compressed. Why? Because liquid we can push. We cannot be compressed. No effort. Because if we will start pushing, then there would be no effort basically. Particles arrangements in liquid, like you see there's a little difference in them, that they have only the part to just slide on one another. Examples of liquid: milk, water, juice, honey, petrol, rain, etc. All water and that sort of things are liquids. What are the liquids from different solids? How are liquid different from solids? Because basically solids, they are tightly packed, liquids are not. Solid cannot flow, liquid can flow. Okay, liquid can flow, and solid have a definite shape and a definite volume, but liquid have a definite volume but not a definite shape. Okay, circle the liquid. So this first one is liquid, second is solid. No, it's not. We are not going to consider this. This is a liquid, solid, liquid. It's a solid. It's a liquid now, and solid, and then solid. Okay, so what are 25 properties of liquids? So liquids do not have a fixed shape. They take the shape of the container in which they are poured. Liquid have a fixed volume. Liquid can flow. Particles have a little more space as compared to the solids. Liquid cannot be compressed easily. Okay, here water, milk, juice, and all. Anything which has mass and occupies space is called okay. Is air matter? Yeah, air is a matter. Why? Air has mass and it also occupies space. Therefore, air is a matter. But which type of matter it is? Is a gas matter. What are the properties of gases? Can you tell me this? Their gases are far away. They can be easily compressed. They can flow easily. They do not have a definite shape or a definite volume. Liquids the most easiest gases. Gases have no definite shape or size or shape, and a gas will fill a space inside the container. Gases take up space and have mass. Gases can be compressed easily. Lots of space between the particles and flow easily. Like it's very easy. Think and answer. Here's balance with an inflated balloon on one side of its sides and a defilled balloon on the other. This activity showed that the air has mass. Yeah, it has mass. So that it's heavy, it becomes heavy or light. That's one. Examples of gases: smoke, water vapor, steam, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, iron oxide. These all are the gases. Properties of gases: no fixed shape, no fixed volume. No, gases can flow. Particles are far apart in gases. Gases can be compressed easily. These are the drawings: air, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapors. So I hope so, guys, you like today's vlog. Soon, I hope so you like today's lecture. See you in the next lecture. Take self-love.